This might make him feel pressure and actually might take some of the fun out of those early stages of getting to know you. So I would say for a period of time, and I'm not talking about months, I'm just saying maybe for the first few dates, how to have the where is this going conversation. Now, I really understand why you may feel like I need to get a clear answer on this today, because you are clear about what you want. You don't want to just date casually. You want to find someone who's going to be your life partner, maybe the father of your children. It's kind of a big role to fill. Of course, you don't want to get stuck in the cycle of endlessly dating casually, but then you also might feel unsure about how to bring this up, because how soon is too soon, so that you don't create pressure around the interaction? And is it kind of unfeminine for you to be the one who's setting the pace? So in this video, I'm going to be breaking down a little process that you can use when you feel like, I want to have the where is this conversation, or I want to really get clear, even from the really first dates that we have, what this man is open to, because I just don't want to waste my time. Okay, so step one you may not like, and step one is letting go of the need for an outcome for a period of time. Now, whilst we would probably all love to go on to date one and just be like completely clear about what we're open to, in reality, this often doesn't work out this way. Whilst transparent communication is an amazing thing, if we go right up to someone who we actually don't know that well, and we're like, so where is this going? Are you looking for a really serious long-term relationship? The experience that he might have listening to that isn't, wow, this is like great to have this level of transparency. He might feel like, yikes, has she already chosen me? Has she sizing me up for this role in her life when I don't even know her? And if he doesn't really feel like he's chosen the relationship, for some men, not all men, this might make him feel pressure and actually might take some of the fun out of those early stages of getting to know you. So I would say for a period of time, and I'm not talking about months, I'm just saying maybe for the first few dates, we're just going to let go of this need to know. Because often if we try and rush to a conclusion about what someone is able to offer us, we might come to the wrong conclusion. So instead of saving time, we actually waste more time by short-circuiting the process of really getting to know someone. So the second step I want you to take is to focus on connection. So before we arrive at that question of, could this be a committed relationship? Hold on a second. You don't know him, and commitment is a really big deal. It means, that's it. You're closed off to all other options, and you're focusing on a path together in life. So before that question arises, again, give yourself some space here to think, do I even like him? Do we connect? Is he someone I find it easy to spend time with? Do we have some chemistry? Why you may be reticent to explore connection is because probably you've had an experience in the past where you felt a really strong connection to someone, you've given it your all, and they haven't really wanted to commit. However, I want you to understand there's balance here to be struck, which isn't on one end of the spectrum, I am in this uncommitted situationship with someone I feel a connection with for a really long period of time and I feel out of control, versus I try and establish full control by being really clear about commitment from date one. Like, there is a middle ground that you can find here. So I'm not saying date endlessly without having this conversation. I'm just saying give yourself some space to explore if there's a connection. So my step 3 is decide where your bandwidth is for having fun and exploring. Now, some of the best dating experiences we have from both sides are where we give ourselves permission to explore and to be open to meeting new people and to have fun. Have fun doesn't necessarily mean that you're in a casual, physically intimate relationship. It just means that you go into a date with an attitude of open-mindedness and playfulness, and you're like, you know what? For 2 hours, I'm going to forget about that stress that I have at work. I'm just going to be really curious about this person. I'm going to see how they show up for me. I'm going to relax. I'm going to have a good time. That's what play means. So when you are in that zone of playing and having fun, you're often acting in a way that's really attractive as well. So give yourself a reasonable time limit to stay in the zone of play and fun. For some people out there, it might be 1 date, for some people 3, for some people 10 dates. So allow yourself some time to explore before you get to crunch time. Also, I want you to notice that over that exploration period, there may also well be tells about how suitable or unsuitable this man could be as a partner for you. So for instance, if he's suddenly getting really flaky about date 4, you may take that information and think, well, he's actually showing me through his actions that perhaps he's not interested in the same kind of relationship that I am. So I'm going to take that feedback. So a lot of the time, by giving yourself a little bit of space to play and explore, you also get the information and the feedback you need to be clear about what he's open to or not. So what happens when you've given yourself a little bit of space to play and explore, you feel like you've got a connection, he seems to be showing through his behavior that he's a good guy, you like what you've got to know about him so far, how do you then initiate the sort of where is this going conversation? Well, step 4 is a bit of a what not to do. I would avoid asking him a question like, where is this going? Because first of all, it puts it all onto him. It directs the whole responsibility for determining what this relationship is or isn't, and it's putting all that choice into his hands. That might feel uncomfortable for him and doesn't give you very much agency in the process. And also, even using a phrase like, where is this going? It's sort of a cliche that can make people feel uncomfortable. I would also avoid doing something that's outrightly combative, like saying, I'm losing interest. Rather than this coming across as a challenge that he's going to be like, wow, I've got to get her interest back. If you outrightly state, I'm losing interest, the chances are he may either feel hurt by that comment or he may take it as someone who's jaded, combative, and that may not be the kind of person he really aspires to be with. So I would avoid also snarky statements like that, which aren't coming from that place of wanting to relate to him and also be a good partner your side. So step 5 is, what the hell do I actually say then, Hayley? I think often the best thing to communicate is actually to state a little bit about what you want and how you see things. So you could say, I'm just like at a stage that if I do feel a connection to someone, I like to feel like we're both focused on each other. Or I just wouldn't really be open to dating someone at this stage where I felt they weren't fully invested in just connecting with me. With the right person, I'm 100% looking for like a really committed, incredible relationship. So it's often a lot more powerful and also I think positive sounding to express what you would like. And now you can also listen and hear what his response is. Does he mirror your sentiments and say, yeah, if I meet the right woman, I'm also looking for XYZ? Or does he dodge the question? Or does he tell you that he's not in a space in his life right now to really be wanting something like that? If so, you've got your answers, in which case it's your job to listen to that. If he's not looking for the same things, or if he avoids or feels uncomfortable in this topic, the final step here really is for you to take that feedback loop and rather than saying, well, I'm losing interest, instead demonstrate that's not aligned with what you want by stepping back and investing much less into that interaction. Sometimes saying something in a more equal, neutral, dignified tone, like, that's like, thank you for, like, that's really good that you've been so open. I can see though we're not really on the same page or we're not really aligned in terms of what we want. So as much as I like you and I've enjoyed spending time with you so far, I think it's probably best that we take a step back. So I hope that gives you a bit of structure to work in. If that, oh God, I really want to know what he's open to, conversation is weighing heavily on your mind and getting in the way of you enjoying your dating experiences right now. I really love to work with women to give them practical tools to help them to navigate modern dating. If this is you, please head over to hayleyquinn.com/circle and I've got some very interesting toolkits and advice right there for you on how you can learn to love dating.